Okay, this is the bottom of my tiny little basket. Now, I kind of put too many in this one hole, and that's why I have a hole here. If I was doing this, if I didn't want those holes, I might go underneath later and try to sew it closed with just a needle and thread. I might rip this out and do it again. I don't care if there's a little hole in the bottom. It doesn't bother me. There's going to be crap in the bottom of these bags, so I don't really care, but that's up to you. So you'll notice here that here's your center line right there. And then we have 1, 2, 3 rows on this side and 1, 2, 3 rows on that side. Now you look at both ends and there's 1, 2, 3 rows there and 1, 2, 3 rows there. If I were going to keep going, I would end up with a 4th row starting right about here, right in here. Now you'll notice this because see how it's kind of going uphill? That's kind of giving you, and see these two right here? See the way that one's there, and then the next one is kind of up in the air? That's the start of your next row. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one in this slanty one here. And then this one here, because again, there's this one and then that one goes up. This is going to start our next row. So to start your next row, whenever you change to, we're going to go up the sides of the bag, you're going to do a slip stitch. So we're going to go under the V. If I can find there's the V. And then instead of wrapping it, pulling and wrapping it again or yarning over, we're going to pull it out and we're just going to pull it through. And that completes your row. And when you're doing round things or many things actually, every time you start a row, you do a slip stitch. Now this is where I've learned to like look and see where these start, but a lot of people will then take in this spot here, they will put a safety pin or one of those little plastic stitch holders. And if you clip it there, you'll always know when you get around on that one, that's where you're to slip stitch and go to the next row. So we're going to chain 1 because every time you slip stitch to go to a new row, if you're doing single crochets, you chain 1. If you're doing double crochets, you chain 2, and on and on. So we're going to go, this is where we're in there, and we're going to go to the next one. Now, what I do for bottoms is I do back loop only, and that'll be abbreviated in patterns as BLO. And that's, here's your V that we always talk about, and we're going to go in the back loop only, and we're going to do our single crochet right in the back loop only. This is a real nice transition thing because it gives your your bag definition as to where the bottom starts and the next one stops. So you do back loop only all the way around, and see what happens is it starts to turn. So let's see if I can look over. I don't know if you can see it on this one from where I'm at, but when I made the basket over there, underneath, if I would pick that up, you'd see the same thing. There's that kind of on there too. So I'm gonna go all the way around. Let's see if I can put the hook back in. This stretches my abilities. And you'll notice, like when I'm doing specific work, I hold my crochet hook like this. Sometimes I'll hold it like a pen and do this, but when I don't usually, like, actually this yarn is easy enough, but when it's easy to get to the holes, I could hold it like a pen. If you're going to be doing crocheting, it's good to alter the way you hold your crochet hook at different times. You know, one lady on the internet I saw, she held it out here. I don't know how she controlled the thing, but she sure did. She was really good at it. But however you decide to do it, you know, change it up. Like because your hands get tired and, you know, of course, this is a repetitive activity, so you are at risk for repetitive stress injuries because, like right now, my hands are numb, and that's the other problem. I'm having trouble. I get numb in the mornings till I do my stretches, my tendon glides, and everything. But you see how nice that is coming around there, and it makes the bottom of the basket. So we're going to keep going, back loop only. All the way. Oops, don't go falling on the floor now. When I crochet at the table, my ball of yarn is always falling on the floor and rolling all over the place, and it gets wrapped around the chair, and then somebody will come in and sit with me, and then it's really wrapped around the chair. And it does stretch it out a little there, and sometimes I used to get a little nervous about that, but it all kind of sinks back down in as your time goes on. Keep pulling that out of there. I love this yarn for baskets and bags. It's really so nice and stretchy and easy to work with. I'll have to show you the one I'm making now with some very fancy yarn. I'll send you pics of that privately. But we're going all the way around, and I can tell that we started here because see how the line is, but you would have your stitch marker right there in that one. I guess I'm just too lazy to use the stitch markers. I can't stand having to take them on and off all the time, so I'm like, I'm just going to learn how to notice when it changes. And if you kind of know where to begin to look for it anyways because you're coming around. But I keep singing that stupid Chia song in my head. I don't know why. God, I haven't heard that in years. But now I'm doing Chia. Okay, so we're coming around here. We're going to go in this last one. And see how that one goes uphill? That's the telltale sign. And on this one, it's real easy to tell because there's your line from your back loop only. So we're going to do this one. And then where your stitch marker would be right in this one. We're going to go in through both of them and just do a slip stitch and chain one. So there's the bottom of your basket. I'm going to take this out so I can hold it up. And, I keep saying basket, but it's your beach bag. And there's the bottom of it. And now from there, you're going to go round and round and round until it's as tall as you want it to be. And again, I put too many in this one. If I didn't have this hanging around my neck, I would have noticed that. But let's say I did it and I'm like, oh crap, I just get a needle and thread and sew it closed. No big deal. That's the thing I love about crochet. You can and people will say, and like I've done this on bags, and those cute, lovely, little, wonderful, excellent knitters over at the Yarn Club will go, oh, you did such nice work. And I'm thinking, if you only knew how I kind of fix the problems. But that's what one of my roommate in college was an artist, and she said there's no mistakes, there's just how do I make it work. So there you go. That's the beginning of your basket for a rounded kind of bottom like the ones I made. If you want to, you can do the square kind like you're doing with the back and forth, but then you're going to get a very boxy bag. So it's all the kind of, and like then when you go around, you're going to have square edges. So it's all kind of what you want. That works really good if you're doing granny squares to put them together. But I hope this was helpful. Bye-bye.